Every time.
Okay.
My house is full. It's a
We
mess.
should be back now. Check.
Oh, that scared me. It's okay. I have to look more straight. That's all.
I don't think nobody gonna notice what you noticed though, T.
Probably not. It's just because I know. Oh, it say live now. Should I? I think it's on Marv. It say it's live now.
You see it on Facebook too?
Uh huh.
Okay, so we should be good to go.
Okay.
They saw all of what you just did.
Huh? No. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, hey, hey. We are back. Sorry, guys. Sorry, sorry, sorry. A little technical difficulties. Can you guys let me know if my words are coming out slow? Because when I'm looking at it too, it looks like the words are coming back slow. So let me know in the comments if my words are coming back slow. What's up, white boy John? Do it sound like my words coming out slow? Let me know before I keep talking. Let me know. Let me know. Is it okay? Is my words okay? Am I clear? John, am I clear? I only can see your name up here. Okay. Hi, Joshua Green. How are you? Okay, we are back. Listen, you guys already know. Sometimes you run into a little technical difficulty. I can't help my producer who's in the background because I don't know anything about the technology world. So me and Simone just have to sit here and we just have to thug it out. So we're back. We're back. I know the topic was getting good. It was getting great. It was feeling like we was putting some gravy on top of it. But we back in the kitchen. We cooking. We back. So anyway, we were discussing love. We were discussing and we was trying to understand and ask even the viewers out there. Thank you to all my Shady Talk viewers, my YouTube viewers. Hey, Aunt Gwen. My mom was up there. Call my mom, Aunt Gwen, and tell my mom I'm back. I can't call her. Let my mom know, text her that I'm back on live. Yeah, so we was talking about love. How are you able to love someone if you weren't properly taught to love? And we was saying that we feel like love is different languages. We believe in different love languages. But I know it is tough. Have you ever experienced someone in a situation that you tried to love and you felt like they didn't know how to love?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, give me a little bit of it. Like, what did you feel when we're discussing about what you felt? What exactly did you feel about it? Did you just feel like did it slack in the communication? Did it slack in the were you looking for some type of affection? Because sometimes too, even in conversations, when I'm talking about having conversations with somebody, just how somebody energy presents itself can make you feel like they don't care. They don't, even bring you into that. They don't know how to love nobody. They don't. So when I say, as far as like conversing, like, did you feel a little bit of that? Did you feel like there weren't like great dates? Did you just feel like, they just didn't know how to man up? Or did you just feel like they had this emotion that they just don't care? Or do you feel like they just wasn't taught properly how to love?
Well, it's all different relationships. It's a work relationship. It's personal relationships, and so in a work relationship, you just have some people that just don't care. So how they rule and how they talk to you is it. They show that they don't care. There's no love behind it. It's no concern. It's do as I say, and that's it.
Yeah.
So you have that example, and then you have your personal relationships with your friends and with men. Some people are in it for agendas. They have hidden agendas. So at the end of the day, they may not display any type of love, but yet you try to give them your time, your energy, and you display the love that you have, hoping and thinking that maybe something may change on the other end, and then
And you know
Nothing.
what the tricky part about that is? Like getting in relationships, not only just, a relationship as far as like dating, but even friends, like you discussed, even coworkers. It's like you never really can tell ahead of time about people.
Oh no, it takes time.
Yeah, and that's the trick, especially when you feel like in a friendship or in a regular relationship where you could kind of tell, or it makes you feel like the way things ended, or the way it crashed, or the way, you start to, because to me, when I look at certain situations that I've experienced with people, it could put you into that box like, do they know how to love? Because the first thing you would think to treat someone the right way is to start off with some kind of love.
Some type of care.
Some type of care, concern.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then sometimes, like I said, the way things ended, especially when you're around someone for so long, you're like, wow, did they even care? Did they even have any,
Well-
love for you? Do you think people lose love for you eventually?
Well, it all depends on the person.
Yeah.
Some people can't take rejection. Some
Right.
people don't like when they can't control. So then, they display different behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
So when a person can't control you, then you start seeing another side of them.
Mm-hmm.
So you take a couple who's been married for 20 years and they get ready to get divorced. Sometimes you don't know that person until that divorce happened. You
Yeah,
see a
that's the
whole
tricky-
different side.
That's the tricky
You
thing.
know, and that's the same in regular relationships too. When two people, they could be getting along well for 10, 20 years, and then something happened, you see another side of a person.
Yes, the phone lines are open. Hey mama, hey Deborah. Shout out to my mom, my auntie Gwen that's on. Hey Tasha, I see you. Hey Josh. You know what I've learned too over the years? It's so strange how you start to realize things when you become an adult. I think life goes so fast when you're a young adult, when you're younger, that you're really not grasping to everything that's actually going on in your world. Because now, from some of the experience that I have experienced from people, when it go kind of bad, or just like something that I was just like, wow, I can't believe it went that way, or now I start to look at the history of people's lives. And that's so strange, because it's like walking into any kind of relationship, you don't really concentrate on people's lives, because sometimes you don't want to put yourself in that box, because just because I may have a bad situation with other people or with someone else, I might treat you like gold,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
now I'm learning that that's the trick. I'm learning now, before I get into any type of relationships with people, to pay attention to their personal lifestyle. Pay attention to who they surround themselves with, how they treat people. Do they have people in their life? How they socialize with people, how they interact with people, how they, I think I said, treat people. And especially people who should be very meaningful to them. That's very, very important. And even though I feel like sometimes people hide their lives, that sometimes you may not know so much of their life, it's just better now to really tap in with people, because even I've learned now in my years of just, let's just say, friendships, relationships, how I looked at things before and how I experience things with people now help me look at things in a different perspective.
Absolutely.
So
It's growth and maturity, that's all.
And the part that I love about that, because even though some things could have been bothering, some things you like, wow, really? It helped me to say now I want to pay attention more to people. It helped me now to say I don't want to be an open person for everybody to just come in my life, come around my life. It just helped me just feel how to take steps with people, which is hard, because I feel like who I am as a person, I don't want to change. So I always pray to God, and I tell him now to send me people for me and remove the ones that's not, because I don't want to be difficult for people, to people. I don't want people to think that I'm a difficult person, but I also don't want people to also think that I'm easy, because a lot of people who feel you easy, I feel like with some of them, you got to have boundaries, because they don't mind if they're going to hurt you in the end. Rather, they know that, but when it comes to the nitty gritty, you see where they make you feel that I don't mind that we went or we fell apart, or I no longer, deal with you, or and I don't know if the people on the other side look at it like that. But I am thankful and grateful, like I said, for some of the experience, because it taught me, like you said, you don't know people until you really get to know people. And the sad part, and then the sad part is that you really get to know how they can be as a person years later.
Yeah.
So now I'm dissecting. I'm checking people out.
Girl, you go right on ahead.
I'm serious. If I feel like you're going to be somewhere in my circle, I got to check you out, because I don't want to go through that stuff. I don't want to put no energy and time and love and caring and understanding into people that's going to have this, oh, well, you know what I'm saying, at the end.
Right.
Now, I can understand through life, people go through things changes them. Things may harden people up. But I feel like if I loved you if you were somebody that I really loved in my life, I ain't going to just switch it up on you like that.
That might be you. But
right, but that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's the part where you have to learn. But for me personally, I don't want to give myself something to somebody and change up. Because if I change up, I will want you to know that, okay, something is going wrong with T, because that's not normally T. But sometimes you have people, like I said, when you start to look at the history of their life, you can't even put them in that category, because now when you look at certain things, you're like, nah, that's just them. They not only do it to me, or they won't only do it to me, they do this.
This is what they do. Mm-hmm.
This is what they do. So when you kind of learn that this is what people do, it helps you really take steps back to be like, you want to pay attention more closely, especially now in this age, in this era, in this time of who you just dedicate your life to.
I say just meet people where they are.
Yeah.
Meet them where they are, and what you eat, don't make them go to the bathroom or anything like that. So, people have a season, and I say deal with them accordingly, and then keep it moving.
Yeah, and you can, but here's the trick to that. Let's just take, for example, you have friends who you've been friends with for years. You have family that you can't take away that they family for years. So you have coworkers who you've been friends with, or great coworkers with that you work with for years. You have people that you knew for years that you just thought you had a certain relationship with. And then the change years later is just like, boom.
But
it comes out of nowhere.
Not really. It goes back to us keeping our eyes closed to certain things because of who we are as people. People show you who they are. You have to believe them and meet them where they are.
They do. I believe that's true. But for example, if you started off with friendships in your early age, you got family who you family with early age.
Okay.
You're not really paying attention to people's life, because life changes. You're not looking at all of those things then.
Right. Not then.
Right. You're not looking at all of those things then. Second of all, you're young. So when you're young and you're building relationships, rather is with friends, family, you're on that mental stage of your life where you're not paying anything attention. And then now when you're an adult, sometimes it still slip away because you got to realize you have now carried these people into your adult years. So you have begun to learn to be comfortable with who they are. Not noticing some of the changes that they may come across and do to you, but you become comfortable with who these people are, and then you get to know them or how they can switch it up on you years later, which is crazy to me. But once again, like I said, it's needed because I feel like I'd rather have waste 10, 15 years with somebody from my younger time or however, to not waste another 15, 20 years and not really know the type of person that they could be.
I'm with you all the way. My turnoff game and my cutoff game, my turnoff game is 6. So at the end of the day, once we done, it's people that I can get back to, but in most cases, depending on what the situation is, once we done, we done. And I'm okay with that, just like they should be okay with it, because depending on what happened, it took a lot for
Yeah.
me to get there.
Yeah,
Because I'm usually like, all right, whatever.
yeah.
And keep it moving sometimes.
But the sad part is where we talked about love and people not caring. I don't even think that people don't care or they don't know how to love. I just think in particular they lost that with you.
Yeah, that could be it too.
That could be it.
It could be just an individual thing. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be, wide range to other people. But again, if our season is over, then it's just over. Why force something that's, if we not both putting in the work or the effort to make this work, then why am I going to keep, at this age? Absolutely not. I'm
Right.
not wasting no more time.
Right.
Forget about it.
Right. But what I've also learned too is that people are really internally messed up.
Yeah, we all are. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm internally
But-
messed up too,
but
but
what-
I don't project it on others.
Right. But that's what I want to say. We all have that thing. But there's something about people that have that thing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, like
shows
they're
you-
diabolical. They're planners. I'm sorry, but you Virgos, some of you guys are like that. You guys are planners. Your get back game, and sometimes it's just it's crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
And you know what? I hate to label Virgo because I
have
know
to.
you know it's so crazy. I hear a lot of people when it comes to signs, they kind of talk about people's signs, and I get it because I'm a huge fan of me being a Virgo, and I do know some Virgos that I'm like, nah, that's not no Virgo. So someone told me they was like, I feel like when it comes to signs, it's the beginning or the ending of the month. But I'm like, I don't know because I don't know because I feel like I said, I know some Virgos and I'm like, no, that's not no Virgo. But I don't know. That's why sometimes I guess it's hard to talk about signs
I'ma say
because so you really believe in signs.
Yeah, I'm a Pisces. Yes, I do. I am very much so into them, and you guys have proven yourselves. I love to hate y'all, hate to love y'all. I've been saying this for years. You know what I say that my tricky trades. It's y'all season, whatever. But happy birthday to all you Virgos out there. But I love to hate you, hate to love you. And I'm serious about that. You guys
And you know what? Somebody put in here childhood trauma. That's true. A lot of childhood trauma. So even with
Absolutely.
talking about the signs.
Yeah.
Cause us Virgos, I'm not tearing us down. Most of us are some beautiful people.
No, some of you guys, like I said, I talk to Virgos every single day. My angels, my financial advisors, and then I just got some that I would rather not see it ever again in life.
I agree.
So I've been hurt by quite a few Virgos. So at the end of the day, I'm the opposite from Beyonce. She said she been hurt by a Pisces. I've been hurt by a Virgo.
You know what?
A couple of them, not just one.
You know what? To me, how I would describe a Virgo, the type of Virgo I am, we are natural caretakers. We truly love people. We give ourselves early.
I'm gonna say some of the women. We're
Yeah.
gonna leave that to the women.
But-
we're gonna ex-nay those men
But
right now.
I
We're
get
gonna say
that
some of the
side.
women.
I get that side where you're talking about some Virgos because I'm not going to say I've been on that side of them, but I know that emotion when we're done, how we can do things. We can be cold. But I feel like the coldness for me of giving that to someone as being a Virgo that I am is because I feel like you have hurt me to the core. To where as though I felt like I've gave you loyalty and you kind of just you did it different where I felt like you didn't have to do it that way. But I am a forgiving Virgo because I've had situations where I fell out of people, but because I feel like I'm a real Virgo, some people that I have fell out with, I'm just like, you know what? That was that time, that was that season. I could understand where I was at in my life, where I could have made someone feel a certain kind of way, and I could understand where they took it a certain kind of way because of what I was going through, you know, or what I was feeling. But I know intentionally I don't ever try to hurt anybody. But sometimes you do have to look at yourself to see, like, what place were you in when you kind of disconnected from people. So I do understand as a Virgo, when I do disconnect with someone, I could be very tough, very just stubborn, like, and just very done. But I also like to keep that part of Virgo too, to understand where I was at in that place, to where as though everything wasn't a bad thing. It just felt bad at that moment, you know, and that's where I feel like when you pay attention to that person and you know, like, okay, that person ain't really a messed up person. That person, you know, we that person is cool. That person, they got a heart. They care. They this. And that's where I feel like I will open up a little bit because, like I said, I have to understand where I was at too at a place. But I also understand too that some people that I disconnected with, I'm done. I just feel like,
And that's okay.
yeah, I just feel like some things, it was just undeserving for me to deal with as a person, regardless. And I, like I said, I respect where some people are at a place in their life, but I feel like if you truly care and you love someone, like we talked about, that place you in ain't gonna completely make you switch up on a person. Disagreements, misunderstandings, you know, things kind of went on, you know, I get that. But when you kind of just gave me that other thing you got, I'm like, nah, I don't know how to come back from that, because my whole thing is that, will you do that again?
Absolutely. And it's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be that way. You're always supposed to make sure nobody going to treat you that way again.
Absolutely. Because one thing I know for sure, even if I go through a situation with someone, it's never going to be that I did something messed up, or, you know, I tarnished their names, or, you know, I you know, went deep to a place where I wasn't supposed to be because I got a little attitude or I'm feeling something. No, I'm never going that far. So some people, I just feel like when it comes to a emotion that they're dealing with, some people take it too far, and that too far to me will show you if a person really care. So
It's about losing control sometimes,
Yeah.
too, when they can't control the
Yeah.
situation, or then they just don't know how to regain, you know, that
And I
control
also
back.
learned, too-
So they do the worst things.
And I also learned too, some people who are in those kind of emotions, they feel good to be in those emotions.
They do. Yes, they do.
So that's the trick of where we got to pay attention to people. Because, yeah, everybody could be good. Everybody could be sweet. Everybody could love somebody. But you really got to be intentional, and you got to learn a person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You have to. Because that will help you understand your position you play and how much of them you want in your life or around your life. Because you ain't got to walk around and hate nobody.
Absolutely not.
But you can definitely have that thing to where it's though that we're just not meant to be in the same circle.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, everybody not meant to sit at the same table.
Let me see some of the comments. us Pisces will give you a chance after chance. And then that one time after all that, we will take you straight to hell.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tasha, you taking them straight to hell? Wow.
You know what it is? We match energy a lot. So sometimes if you keep living like that and matching the energy, you know, you taking in all of that. So I've learned sometimes to just walk away.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot. It could be very, very stressful. It plays a lot on your mental.
Mm-hmm.
So matching energy sometimes is not good. And that's what our fish do. You know, our fish go in different directions. So sometimes what you giving me, I'm just going to give it right back. But sometimes that's too exhausting. I'll be like, girl, no.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
can't do it. So.
Yeah. And I feel like Virgos too, we match energy, but we do it silently, because our whole thing is that when we're pretty much done, we're done. And one thing about us, we stand on how we feel or how somebody treated us. So to me, it's like, it's your loss, you know, how we do it. Oh, gosh.
I'm gonna let you have that,
No,
T,
but
because you might be a different one. Like, you're a female, so you know some of the females is, you know, we could
But
get
I'm
into
not
the
gonna-
signs, but
but
you
I'm-
might be a different one.
No, but I'm not. But see, I understand what you're saying. See, I'm not going to do someone a certain way and then feel like that
Got
after
it.
I do them
Got
a
it.
certain way. You know, I'm saying that if certain things are done to me, when I know my loyalty and love
Right.
that I have given to someone, I could get that way. But I know there are people that could do whatever they want to do to you, don't care how you feel about it, and then feel like, oh, I'm going to stand on
Absolutely.
it. So those are different people. And guess what? They all ain't Virgos, because I know some people who just have that.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Not just to y'all, but you know my personal thing with y'all.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I get it. Because you
Because
know
I
what?
can name a couple of others too.
Yeah, because you know what? I get it, because sometimes when I tell people that I'm a Virgo, they be like, really? And I'm like, yeah. They be like, ooh.
I said that to you before. I sent you a text like, you not a real Virgo.
Look, I'm gonna have to listen. I'm gonna have to get in a huddle with my Virgos, because y'all got to get it together. We gotta come together so everybody ain't bashing us, and you know. But I've talked to people too that told me they love a Virgo.
I told you, love to hate
You
y'all,
know,
hate to
so-
love y'all. But the most people that I talk to, my closest friends, are Virgos. I just been hurt by a few of them that I don't talk to no more.
And you know what, the strange thing for me is that I never really got too deep into people's signs as far as like situations that I've been through with people, because I guess I'm just like, that's just them. I don't even care about a sign. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But because you
Yes.
said that you have had different experience from the same type of sign, I can understand why you directing, you know, the sign. But I don't think I've experienced a certain sign that I've ran into, and I've learned that they have, you know, all of them are just very different. And the crazy thing about it is because the sign is also my son, where I feel like my son is very loving. So I don't want to talk about their signs, because I feel like
What's your sign?
my son's sign is Aquarius, just like my girlfriend's sign is Aquarius. But I know some other Aquarius outside of them that I'm like, whoa. You know, but then I'm like, I can't beat the Aquarius up because my son is Aquarius, and I don't want no women to be like, whoa, you know, because, you know, so I can't take it there. But I do get it where some signs are, you know, different reaction. But my son and my girlfriend are like loving Aquarius, where I've known some other people that just could have been a little rough around the edges. But, you know, that's why I said I don't like to really go into signs, because I feel like
We all have our ways.
people
as
are people. Yeah, and I get it.
But it's a lot of similarities.
Yeah,
And if
I
you,
get
If
it.
you pay attention to like, but I mean, you got to be into them first of all. Like, I'm very much so into them. Like, I know I have a lot of twin birthdays, and we are very, very similar. And some of us, we can't even be in the same room together because we clash.
Yeah.
Because our fish
Yeah.
is going in different directions.
Yeah, I heard that too, where people
Yeah.
are the same signs and sometimes they just can't be, you know, in a room. But shout out to my Virgos. Most of the Virgos that I do know that I've met on another level are so fly. They so fly. I love their energy. I see where we kind of have some of those same traits that, you know, we are like, we are the R. We are those Virgos. That's what I want to say, because like I said,
It's y'all season. You can
it's our
have
season.
that.
So shout out to all the Virgos. Happy birthday to all my Virgos. But listen, guys, we want to thank you so much for tuning in to Shady Talk Wednesday. I also want to let people know, starting September the 3rd, at the Integrity Lounge, the Masonic Temple in Patterson, the Shade Room of Comedy is going to be open, bringing you comedy. I'm just looking forward to bringing comedy to my city, praying that it's a positive event, people who really wants to come out, enjoy, and just release some stress, get some laughs off their chest and come get a drink or two and, hear some comedy. It's going to be me along with 2 other comics, every first and every third Wednesday of the month. We're going to see how long we can push this. Bring some nice fall entertainment into the city, somewhere convenient, parking lot where you could park, get to see people, hug people. It's only going to be like a 2-hour event. Get in, get home, get back. So that's what I have coming up for the city. So spread the word, come out. Admission is $10 at the door. Like I said, you're going to see different comedians every first and third Wednesday of the month. I'm going to make sure I bring everybody in the building that's funny. So where it's done, when you go home, you remember who they are. But I want to thank my lovely co-host, Simone, for sharing this platform with me. Once again, like I said, I love conversing with Simone, because I feel like, we're trying to bring, I don't want to say awareness to women, but we're here to converse and talk about things that us women, we just want to talk about. So I love to just talk to women that ain't afraid to talk. We want to touch on topics. It ain't nothing personal. We don't want nobody to think nothing here that we talk about is personal or it's about somebody personally. If you watch the Shady Talk Wednesday, that's always been a platform where I just love to converse. We're going to be doing some Wind Down Wednesday. We're going to be giving some shady giveaways. We look forward to you guys calling in, having fun with us. I have some other amazing interviews coming up for the rest of the year. So until then, listen, I need you guys to subscribe to the Shady Talk Wednesday channel on YouTube, because eventually I'm not going to be going live from Facebook, but I know I still got my oldies but goodies who only know how to tap the Facebook page. So, and I ain't going to be able to get to their houses to help them subscribe to the channel like I go get their oldies but goodies tickets for the show. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you everybody who's on the Facebook Live, who's always tapping in, those who's there with us tonight. Anything you want to say, Moni Mo?
No, not at all. Not tonight. Thank you for having me again. And again, this is you guys' season. So happy birthday to all you Virgos out there.
All right. Once again, shout out to my Virgos. We are celebrating all the way to November. People think we supposed to stop. We celebrate all the way to Thanksgiving when we get that turkey. I'm just joking. But you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night. Love you all and talk to you soon. Good night.
Good night.